Hello everybody, it's Melissa and I'm back with another video. It's been time. There's been a chunk of time in which I haven't been here. If this is the first video that you're seeing of mine, you're gonna have to zoom back a little bit because we've had some history. But I'm here in a different way, I think, and it feels different sitting down at the camera. It feels different not being worried about a plan, not being worried about what I'm going to say, not going to be worried about what value people are going to find in watching the video, because I've learned that when I have the desire to be here, there's something on the other side of what I feel like I need to say that somebody already needs to hear. So I'm eliminating that level of overthinking. It's February 2nd, 2025, and it has been a journey to get to this day. The sun started shining through this window right when I sat down to film this video.
But
And my mom passed away on November 1st, 2024. And the sun is her. Every day, the sun is her. And so I feel like this is the best day for this message to come through. This is Rosie, new character unlocked. A different fireplace, but it seems like fireplaces are the place for me to sit and think and be. And I'm about to share a clip that I recorded last summer in August when my mom was going through radiation. And I've learned that when you're in it, when you're in the deepest, darkest, scariest, most fear-inducing moments, there is such a larger storyline that is being woven together, and it's so beautiful and so painful. And for a long time, I had a hard time showing up in the painful. I had a hard time telling people about the painful and being okay with pain being a part of life and sadness and grief. And I've learned that when you can sink into that and you can see that the lows and the moments of despair that you feel when you're here in this place that we call Earth, it's a very dramatic way of saying it, but it's like that's a part of the journey. And so I've always disappeared when things got hard, and I've always hidden when I felt like my shiny, bright, smiley, sunshiny personality couldn't shine through. And it's just such a realization that we can have, that those moments of that, and then acknowledging that it's also good and great and happy and joyful. That's life. So I'm about to share a clip. It's a little raw, but I feel like it's part of the journey, and it has been part of the journey. I can see this version of me today in 2007 Melissa when she sat down in front of that fireplace to film that first video for YouTube. And I can see myself in August 2024 Melissa that was going through one of the hardest times of my life in my 30 years. I turned 30 last week. And I'm holding space for all of it. And I'm knowing that moving forward, there is so much joy to come in this life. For as many years as I'm given to be on the earth, that is also overwhelming and scary and can be a little crazy sometimes. But it's all part of the ride. It's all part of the journey. So I'm going to roll the clip, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to let you know that it's all going to be okay. So I have been blubbering like a baby, but I'm sitting in the exact spot that I filmed my very first YouTube video in 2007. It's 2024. I'm sitting here like a lady because I have a dress on, which is actually my mom's t-shirt, because I have to drive back to Saskatchewan because I have to go back to where I live in Saskatchewan in a random small town that I had no idea about for 90% of my life. And then, I have a husband and a house and 2 cats. And I'm staring at a wall of pictures with my sister and her family and her beautiful children and her husband and my mom and my dad and my family members and my aunts and uncles and cousins. And I'm in the same spot, and I've been with me the whole time. And now I'm here. And I went to university, and I got a good job, and I did some really cool things. And I traveled the world when I graduated from high school, and I'm so grateful for all of it. I remember what that little girl in 2007 wanted to do and how she wanted to show up in the world. And I feel like I'm getting there. I really do. And this is so cool. It's so cool to be able to sit here and to see that life is laid out for you. It really is. And whether it's fate or whether it's the way things were always meant to be or whatever, there is somebody else choreographing your show, and you get to make decisions along the way, and you get to build relationships with people, and you get to have really beautiful moments and really, really hard moments too. And I'm kind of here for all of it. Like, I felt really high highs and really low lows in the last 29 years. And I wouldn't change any part of it because that's who I am. And it got to bring me to this version of me sitting here, being able to remember that little girl who wanted to record a YouTube video in front of her parents' fireplace when she was in grade 7 and talk about the shampoo that her mom bought her. And the mascaras that she bought from the dollar store, or the sand store. She bought them from the sand store. And I get to remember that little version of me and all the versions along the way. And then I get to sit here and I just get to be so grateful. And I get to cry on my parents' floor. I can see dog hair. Sorry, Mom. Love ya. I'll back you. Because I'm looking after the dog. Because my mom is going through treatment. And that's a hard part. But there's so much love and so much joy and so many moments in all of this that I'm so grateful for. And so to be able to sit here, this house has been filled with so much love. And that's what this is. It's love. It's overwhelming love. So, we're back. A different me. And that's good. Okay. I promise I'm not going to cry this much every time, but I just needed to say this. So, here I am. Back at the fireplace, ready to show up in the world and not be afraid to take up space and say the things that I want to say and be the person I want to be, because nobody's asking me not to, and it doesn't even matter if they did, but I'm ready. Okay, 2 seconds for me, 6 minutes for you if you were able to watch the full thing. I don't know what showing up here is going to look like these days, but I know that it's enough of a desire within my heart, and it always has been, that every day that I move forward in this life without intentionally showing up in a space and sharing words that I know I wish I could have heard from somebody a few years ago, it's what I want to do. So today is Sunday. It's the first day, or it's the middle point between winter and spring. And the next 6 weeks, we're going to see more of this beautiful sun. We're going to see more growth and expansion and more energy and more momentum towards the seeds that we're planting and the dreams that we're all growing in this world. And I'm excited to see what the next 6 weeks brings. I'm going on a little trip to go visit my friend in Ontario, and I'm so excited. It's going to be like a little retreat. I'm excited to just be here, and my goal is, I think, 1 video a week, because I feel like that gives me time to like sit down and set up my things and figure out what needs to be said for that day and that video. But I wanted to just check in and see what February 2025 was feeling like for you. Yeah, we're going to be okay. This is going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And we'll do it one day at a time. Together, you know? Like in community or whatever. Because I think that that's important. And even if that community is here online, it might not look the way that you anticipated community to look like, given where you are in your life. But I think sometimes this is what's accessible. I can't tell you the number of times in the last 3 or 4 years that I just opened YouTube and clicked on a video and listened to the words and let them speak to my soul. Because at the end of the day, sometimes those messages are the messages that you have the capacity to hear. And so I want to be part of that for somebody. So anyways, I hope that you're looking forward to more Melissa in 2025. It's been a long time since I've recorded consistently for YouTube. I've been playing around a little bit on TikTok, but to be honest, I'm kind of over it. I'm a long form content gal. I don't want to fit into 60 seconds. I want to record 35 minutes and post 18 or 19 of them. And so it's just, I think YouTube is the place and the space for me. And I also think that it gives me a good opportunity to document so much of what the next year or 2 of my life is going to look like. Marshall and I have really big dreams. And I know that when I was in university and I was recording YouTube videos, it's so fun to go back and look at that version of me and what she was learning and growing and into. And I think that this next season of life is going to be really exciting to look back on and to see what I was learning and growing into. Because I feel like I've been doing a lot of growing and expanding and a lot of learning. And so that's why we're here. Anyways, I'm going to go make some brunch. I'm going to stay warm because it's minus 36 degrees outside. And I'm going to know that 6 weeks from today, the first day of spring is going to bloom. And I can't wait to see what blooms with it. You know? Okay. I'm going to go now. Can you say goodbye, Rosie? Say goodbye to our friends. Say goodbye to our friends on the internet. Have a good day.